From this to this, the so-called mastermind, 2 years to find him? Really? India and America have definitely gotten closer than at any other point in history. But US President Donald Trump's America First kick has thrown up some hurdles.
Make America great again. MAGA. MAGA. Only America first. America first.
It's nothing that could overshadow strategic concerns, given the challenge from China. But the relationship has been getting thorny. 70% of America's H-1B visas used to go to Indians.
Right now, widespread abuse in our immigration system is allowing American workers of all backgrounds to be replaced by workers brought in from other countries to fill the same job for sometimes less pay. This will stop.
And the tightening of rules has affected big companies like Infosys, who send Indians to the US on these visas. Since 2017, the Trump administration has been tightening these rules to encourage companies to hire American instead of Indian. Though it's not all bad. Just recently, the House of Reps passed a bill to remove country-wise caps on H-1B visas, a move that will shorten the wait times for Indian applicants by a lot. But Trump does still need to approve it. Whiskey, Harleys, and almonds, oh my. These are the admittedly niche products being worst hit by the tariff trouble between the two largest democracies. Donald Trump has also been on a kick to equalize trade terms between the US and other countries who he thinks are being unfair to the world's only superpower.
India charges us tremendous tariffs when we send Harley Davidsons, motorcycles, other things to India. They charge very, very high tariffs. And I've spoken to Prime Minister Modi, and he's going to reduce them very substantially.
Will this escalate into a trade war like the US is doing with China? Unlikely. But it's definitely a tariff tiff. Now this is a major sticking point. India imports most of its oil from Iran at low prices. But the US is now pressing for India to halt these imports altogether and get them from elsewhere. And that's despite India having significantly cut their imports from Iran already.
Our goal has been to get countries to cease importing Iranian oil entirely. Last November, we granted exemptions. Today, I'm announcing that we will no longer grant any exemptions. We're going to zero across the board.
While India and Iran's joint Chabahar port is exempt from these sanctions, India's need to appease the US could fray the strategic relationship with Iran, which is important for India's access to Afghanistan and Eastern Europe by bypassing Pakistan. There's another sanctions hiccup with the US. The S-400 Triumph missile defense system that India is going to buy from Russia. The US has CATSA restrictions in place for the sale and purchase of Russian weapons. This air defense system is one of the world's most advanced, and it's already been bought by China. It would also help India take down Pakistani F-16s. In early July, India and Russia agreed on a payment plan to get around these CATSA sanctions. India has been lobbying to get an exemption, and considering that US and India are upping their strategic relations, notwithstanding trade issues, India expects this waiver to be granted. Removing India from the generalized system of preferences is more a political move than an economic one, and it's in response to the tariff woes the two have been having. The GSP is a system that ranks developing countries and allows them certain trade advantages to assist in their development. India's removal from the system is one among a series of moves by Trump to put pressure on ally countries and correct the US's trade deficit with them. At the same time, the US Senate just voted to give India NATO ally-like status for defense cooperation, an indication that the US is still very diplomatically invested in India. So that's what's been up in the India-US relationship recently, super simplified.